Melanie, how do you even onboard into a job that large? Because I'm around a lot of large organizations. It's not shocking when maybe a CFO or a CEO wants a head of strategy come in, but potentially the various department heads say, hey, my department's doing just fine. I don't really need someone else to come in here and tell me how I can do my job more effectively. So just winning trust and building rapport becomes one of the biggest jobs in those first 60, 90 days. How do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, Bain certainly trained me for that because that's what a consultant does, right? You're going into, you may be hired as you asked by one person, but you need to have impact, and in order to do your job, build relationships with many people throughout the organization, most of whom don't want you to be there. They either think you're coming to find out if they should have a job or not. You were hired because they weren't able to do what their leader thought they should be able to do internally. Those things are often not true, but that's the sentiment that you enter as a consultant. I think what helped me to be successful in that early time at Nike was partly the Bain experience. I'm not a type of person who comes in and says, day one, here's what we're going to do. I actually spend a lot of time getting to know people, their priorities, what's worked, what hasn't worked. I think being a sponge, that's actually advice that Mark Parker gave me. It had been a maxim at Nike, just be a sponge. Find, the same way you want to get to know your consumers, get to know your colleagues, get to know what they've been doing. Don't just come in and try to, bulldoze your way in. And so that's something that I brought to that role, and I'd recommend to anyone coming into a new big role.